Okay. Amar Rabbi Chelbo, Amar Rav Huna. This is Brachos Daf Zayin, Brachos page 7. Rabbi Chelbo said in the name of Rav Huna, Kol hanena misudas chason, ve'eno misamcho, over bechamisha kolos. Whoever enjoys a wedding feast and does not rejoice, does not gladden the groom, violates, transgresses the 5 voices. What are the 5 voices? So we know that with regards to the celebration of a wedding, we say kol sason v'kol simcha, kol chasan v'kol kala, kol mitzalos chasanim. Right? So there are 5 times that the prophet uses the word kol, voice or sound, with regards to the celebration of the bride and groom. It's the prophecy of Yirmiyahu is that in the time to come, or a symbol of the destruction of Jerusalem, the symbol of the destruction of the temple, the Beis Hamikdash, and so too the symbol of its having been rebuilt is the removal of the sounds of celebration and then the restoration of those sounds of celebration. And again, the word kol, sound or voice, is used 5 times. V'im misamcho, and if a person does rejoice with this, does gladden the heart of the groom, mascharo, what is his reward? Amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi says, Zocha l'Torah. He merits to attain the Torah. Shednitna b'chamisha kolos. The Torah is also given. At the time of the giving of the Torah, we hear the same 5 times repetition of the word kol, voice, sound. Vayhi bayom hashelishi, vayhi kolos uvrakim, vayhi kol hashofar, vaylokim yanenu b'kol. So that gives us the 5 times kol, the 5 voices. We find them with the groom, find them with the giving of the Torah. So what does this mean? The Talmud is trying to explain why it is that we've transgressed the 5 voices by explaining that it connects to the Torah, which was given with 5 voices, but we don't understand what is the 5 voices. So first, let's take a step back and just say, in general, why is it important that we celebrate at a wedding and that we gladden the heart of the groom, and isn't that something that we do naturally? If you go to your friend's wedding, you have a good time, obviously. So Rav Kook explains that the Talmud is teaching us here that we have to understand the meaning of enjoying ourselves. When we go to a wedding feast, we should remember that we're not there for the food. We're there to make the chassan, to make the bridegroom happy. And this is really a symbol for all of life. That we could see life itself as one big opportunity to eat and drink. So the question, why do we not mention the bride? Hopefully at the end, I'll touch on that. But essentially, that's a symbol for all of life, right? That life can be seen as an opportunity to eat and drink, and that we live to enjoy life. So he says, that's not the right perspective. Whenever we are thinking about what we enjoy, we should be thinking also about why is it important. And so we're there at the wedding in order that we should give support and encouragement and joy to the groom. Why is that important? Because the groom is fulfilling a mitzvah. So this is on one level why it is that that we refer specifically to the groom and not to the bride, because in Jewish tradition, the obligation to marry is on the man, and and he fulfills that obligation by courting his bride and making her willing to marry him. This is our job, is to make our spouse want to be with us. And sort of in the context of getting married, that's true. And in the context of life also, it's true that it's in a big way our job to take responsibility for the emotional atmosphere in the relationship, and to take those steps to make sure that we are creating an environment in which our spouse wants to be with us, wants to be married to us. So in that sense, the mitzvah aspect of the wedding, the obligation of the groom, is that we're celebrating here that the groom is fulfilling a mitzvah, and in the larger sense, that he is taking on the commitment to building a family and creating a home that's going to be part of the Jewish people. Remember, romantic relationships are natural, but marriage is an institution. Creating a family is establishing my romantic relationship and the family which results from that into the larger family of the Jewish community. And doing that in the communal context, which is a wedding. That's why we invite the community to celebrate with us, is because we're saying this, introducing the latest member of the Jewish community, this new family unit that's going to take part in building the Jewish community. So we'll get to the bride in the end, hopefully. We're running low on time. So that's, maybe we'll do a part 2 tomorrow. But in a sense, that's the first thing. And that then connects to the five sounds of the Torah. The voice of Torah is essentially there to tell us always what is our meaning and what is our purpose here on life. And it is the map that gives the meaning and that gives cause for celebration of the community participating in that celebration in this new family that's being built. So that's part 1. Why is the celebration of the bride and groom, or the celebration of the community at the wedding, connected to the same language as the giving of the Torah? Because they are one and the same. A celebration that is connected to our meaning and our purpose and what is driving us as a community ultimately stems from the map for that meaning, which is the Torah.